Coming up on this episode of the Giving Garden podcast. I've always felt that women grow in the most spectacular ways when we choose to gather with purpose. For me, gathering has always been about reciprocity. It is not only about what we receive, but what we offer. I have seen again and again that when women intentionally uplift one another, we create ecosystems of possibility. Welcome to the Giving Garden podcast, where we explore how small acts of giving can blossom into lasting change. I'm your host, Martina Halloran, founder of the Giving Garden and CEO of Dr. Hauschka Skincare USA. In each episode, we highlight the power of giving, whether it's time, kindness, or resources, and how these acts can transform both lives and whole communities. Join me as we explore the ripple effect of giving and its lasting impact. Your moment of care starts with Dr. Hauschka Skincare. Discover their limited edition sets created to bring harmony to your daily skincare ritual. Now through March 9th, enjoy free shipping on any order and 2 free gift options with purchase, valued up to $150. Visit drhauschka.com for more details. This episode is dedicated to all the women who uplift each other, because when we gather, we grow together. I want to begin by sharing what this belief truly means to me. I've always felt that women grow in the most spectacular ways when we choose to gather with purpose, not to compare, not to compete, but to expand each other. There is a kind of collective wisdom that comes alive when women sit in honest conversation, share their lived experiences, and hold space for each other's becoming. Growth stops feeling like a solitary climb and starts feeling like a shared horizon. When we gather for good, something powerful happens. We multiply courage. We normalize ambition. We soften each other's fears. We model what it looks like to lead with empathy and conviction at the same time. I have seen again and again that when women intentionally uplift one another, we create ecosystems of possibility. One woman's breakthrough becomes a permission for another. One voice speaking truth to power becomes a chorus. That is the kind of gathering that transforms not only individual lives, but families, communities, and entire systems. Today's conversation is an expression of gratitude to the women who have shaped my life, the women who have walked beside me, and the extraordinary women we've had the privilege of welcoming into this space. Gathering is not only about proximity, it is about intention. It is about choosing to show up for one another, to witness each other's growth, to lend strength when someone feels uncertain, and to celebrate every milestone, large and small. When we gather in that way, we do more than connect. We expand what is possible. I want to begin with a story about friendship, because so much of who we become is influenced by the people who stand beside us early on. Years ago, when I was working at a beauty counter, I met Florence. At the time, we were both building our paths, learning how to navigate an industry that can be fast-paced and demanding. We bonded over long days, shared dreams, and the quiet understanding that we were both striving for something meaningful. Florence and I supported each other through career pivots, personal milestones, and moments of doubt. There is something sacred about a friendship that grows in parallel with your life. You witness each other becoming. Today, Florence is an accomplished artist. Her work is layered, expressive, and deeply intentional. She gifted me a piece that I will treasure forever. Not simply because it came from her, but because it reflected the caring friendship we have nurtured together. It's an abstract barcode representation of the people who matter most in my life. When I first saw it, I felt this wave of emotion. A barcode is often associated with commerce or identity, but in her hands, it became a visual language of love and belonging. Each line represents connection, history, and the invisible threads that hold us together. It reminds me that our lives are not solitary journeys. We are encoded with the presence of those who lift us, challenge us, and grow with us. That idea of shared growth brings me to the remarkable women we have interviewed on this podcast, women who are leading with purpose and redefining what care looks like in their communities. One of those leaders is Erin McAleer, President and CEO of Project Bread. Erin's work centers on a truth that should never be negotiable, that access to nourishing food is foundational to dignity, learning, and long-term well-being. Under her leadership, Project Bread has continued to advocate for systemic solutions to food insecurity while meeting immediate needs with compassion and precision. What stands out to me about Erin is how she leads with both clarity and humanity.
She understands that policy, partnerships, and programs are not abstract concepts. They are lifelines for families. Her work ensures that children can focus in school, that parents are supported, and that communities have a stronger foundation. Erin embodies the idea that gathering is not passive. It is an active commitment to create systems where everyone has the chance to thrive. Another extraordinary voice we have welcomed is Demi Knight Clark. Demi's work is rooted in empowerment, skill building, and opening doors that have historically been closed. Through her leadership, she has created spaces where women gain access to training, mentorship, and real economic opportunity. She is not only teaching skills, she is cultivating confidence and agency. What I admire about Demi is her insistence that community transformation begins with individual empowerment. When women are given tools, trust, and opportunity, they become catalysts for change within their families and neighborhoods. Demi's work reminds us that growth multiplies. One woman's advancement often becomes a pathway for many others. We have also had the honor of speaking with Georgi Enthoven, whose work explores how we align purpose with livelihood. Georgi challenges the traditional narrative of work as something separate from meaning. Instead, she invites people to design careers that reflect their values, their talents, and their desire to contribute. Her perspective is especially powerful for women who are navigating transitions, reinvention, or the question of what comes next. Georgi's work encourages us to see our professional lives as evolving ecosystems. When we gather around honest conversations about purpose and fulfillment, we give each other permission to grow in ways that feel authentic and sustainable. As I reflect on these women, Florence, Erin, Demi, Georgi, and so many others, I see a common thread. Each of them understands that growth is relational. It is fueled by collaboration, mentorship, and a willingness to uplift others as we rise. There's a quiet revolution happening when women gather with intention. We exchange stories that normalize struggle and resistance. We model leadership that is both strong and compassionate. We create networks of care that extend far beyond our immediate circles. For me, gathering has always been about reciprocity. It is not only about what we receive, but what we offer. A listening ear, a word of encouragement, a resource shared at the right moment. These gestures may seem small, but they accumulate into something transformative. As we close today's episode, I want to invite you into a moment of intention. Picture the women who have shaped your life. The friend who stood beside you when things felt uncertain. The mentor who saw your potential you had not yet claimed. The colleague who collaborated instead of competed. Let gratitude move through you. When we gather for good, we are choosing to believe in collective elevation. We are saying that there is room for all of us to succeed, to heal, and to flourish. We are committing to a culture where women champion one another, where growth is shared, and where care is a guiding principle. So today, reach out to someone who has been part of your journey. Celebrate her, support her, listen to her story. In doing so, you are strengthening the circle that holds us all. Thank you for gathering with me. Thank you for growing together. And thank you for being part of this ever-expanding garden of women who uplift, inspire, and lead with heart.
Thank you for listening to the Giving Garden podcast. I hope you're leaving inspired, because even the smallest act can spark positive change. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. The Giving Garden podcast is produced by Edwin Batista and edited by Stephen West. A special thanks to Helen Polisi for her guidance and generosity. The Giving Garden podcast is brought to you by Dr. Hauschka Skincare USA, pioneers in natural skincare for over 50 years, and home to the Giving Garden loyalty program. Visit drhauschka.com to learn more.